Here we are to install the new Cyron ABIG7 headlight. It's called the Urban. It also has a daytime running light in it. To do it, we're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. We're going to remove the Phillips screw out of the headlight beauty ring. Remove the beauty ring, lift it up forward. You have 3 screws that hold the holding ring, if you want to call it that. Hold the light so that it doesn't fall. Go off the last screw. Then grab the wires in the back, give it a little tug back and forth. And they will separate. One of the things you can do to help get yourself through the grommet, use a little 1/8 inch welding rod. And what I'm going to do is pull the wires down, and I'm going to push it through the grommet, and then that will give me a little room for when I push my wire through, and a little easier. If you want to put a little lube on there, dielectric grease or regular chassis grease won't hurt either. So once I've done that, I made a little indentation. I'm going to take my wire, I'll feed it through the little indentation. And needless to say, I want to feed it through far enough to get in the other side. Once you fed your wire through, just grab a little extra and have it hang out for right there. Then we're going to take a wrench, we're going to loosen the marker light nut on the switch. We'll push the switch through and get your fingers in the back to pull it out. Alright, so we can see the wire in the switch. So what we're going to be looking for is the power switch from the ignition, and we're going to cut that. Once that's cut, we want to strip it. And we're going to strip our 16 gauge wire we fed through the headlight grommet. We're going to twist these 2 wires together. Like so. Yep. Go ahead. We're going to take a little piece of heat shrink. We're going to slide it up over the wires. Make sure your wires stay twisted together. We're going to take a terminal and we're going to put it in. Crimp it. Verify that the crimp is good, and we'll take a little heat shrink, put it over the terminal, and we're going to heat it up and shrink it in. Then we're going to install it onto the back of the switch again. Verify that it's going to stay nice and tight. We're going to slide it back in the hole. Grab our nut. By holding the switch in the back, I want to keep the switch orientated. Grab our little wrench. Just snug it. You don't want it to be too tight. Alright. Then they have a little locking nut you put on by hand. Okay. Then with that done, come back out to the front. And crimp it down. Verify the crimp. Alright, now we'll take the Cyron light and we're going to connect our daytime running light. We're going to connect our headlight. We're going to orient the headlight to the grooves. Once it's in there, you can see. Then we're going to take our holding ring. Let's orient that to the correct spot. It'll only go on one way. Take our holding screws. We want to start all 3 screws before we tighten it down. Once we have all 3 screws in, we can then tighten it down. Then we'll grab the trim ring, and you have to orient the back of the trim ring with the little plastic tabs back here. Oh. Alright, and then you want to make sure it's in the center. Put your last holding screw in. Make sure it's lined up. Tighten it down. You want to make sure that the ring is set all the way around. And as this one is not. go. That's better. There you go. And let's try our light.
Here you see the difference between the stock headlight and the Cyron headlight. On top you see the low beam difference, the bottom you see the high beam difference.